Hello everybody, welcome to PromoHomo.TV. I'm live from the grand ribbon cutting ceremony for the newly expanded LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert. And let me see if I can play a video. I couldn't in the pre-show, but let me see if I can play it now. Hello everybody, welcome to PromoHomo.TV. I am your host Nicholas Snow. This is an episode of Hot in Palm Springs, and actually today Palm Springs is living up to its name. The outside temperature is 79 or so, but I'm standing in the bright sun, and and I've been out in the sun for a while. At any rate, I am live at the ribbon cutting for the dramatic multi-million-dollar expansion of the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert, based right here in Palm Springs, California. The official program is going to get underway in just a short period of time. I've intentionally gone early, a little bit beforehand the official program, so you would have the opportunity to get the vibe. And what I would really love for you to do is to share this broadcast right now to all of your friends and your followers. In my most recent broadcast, I had some audio issues. So if you're watching now, I'd love for you to let me know if you're hearing me okay. I'd love to know, do a sound check, and the audience is my way of doing that. And while we do the sound check, I want to take the opportunity to give a shout out to the people that make my show possible, because really this is not a one-person operation. I do it with the love and support of many. So for the support of my show, I want to thank DAP Health. And I've been a client of DAP for 10 years now. One of their value statements, which I love, is we welcome all people, period. In addition, a shout out to my friends Willie Ryan and John Pascal, who own 849 Restaurant and Lounge in trendy North Palm Springs, not far from where we are right now. Love them. I'm a proud media sponsor of the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert, and in this particular episode, you're going to learn so much more about them, which is a really cool thing. But you can find them at thecentercv.org. And their mission statement is creating vibrant community by helping LGBTQ people along their way. And I'm definitely one of those LGBTQ people that's been helped. One of their key missions is to take on the impact of isolation and loneliness and to help solve it. And I'm someone that experiences isolation and loneliness. So I really appreciate that. I'm in long-term 12-step recovery, and many 12-step meetings call their home at the center. Their mental health department has expanded dramatically. We're going to learn so much more about that. This program is broadcast across the Twitterverse with the support of the hashtag I Love Gay Palm Springs campaign and hashtag I Love Gay. And I want to give a shout out to Matt Scalarud and Fabrice Descendo, owners of Pink Media. I've worked with them for decades, and I'm honored to collaborate with them today. And they are the brainstorms behind the particular hashtag campaigns. And locally here in Palm Springs, I'm a proud media sponsor of KK 1065 Palm Springs, the I Love Gay Palm Springs podcast, and gaydesertguide.lgbt. And for his support in advancing PR awareness of my program, David Perry and Associates, I want to give a shout out to you. And this is very exciting because if you're successfully seeing this broadcast on whatever platform you're watching from, you can watch the PromoHomo.TV worldwide live simulstream of the 2021 Palm Springs Pride Parade, which will be coming to you at the end of Pride Week, which actually kicks off November 1st. But this will be the largest major Southern California in-person Pride celebration since the advent of the vaccine. So it's good. It's anticipated to be one of the biggest Palm Springs Prides ever. And not only will PromoHomo.TV be broadcasting the parade live, I'll be also doing lots of coverage leading up to the event itself. And as you can see, PromoHomo.TV has merch available at Amazon.com. Sometimes people can't find it when they search for Amazon. So if you go to PromoHomo.TV, there's a prominent merch link where you can find the merch. And if you send me a photo of you wearing the merch, with your permission, I'll put it in the show. And at the bottom of the screen right now, you're seeing one of my friends, followers, and merch purchasers, Aaron Terry. So I want to give a shout out to him. And in a moment, I'm going to be back with the official program after this.
Live your life like a dreamer. Fly all over the world. Open your shop so the world can see. You're a beautiful pearl. Live your day, let a world gone dry. And you never even have to try. It's no wonder why I just can't get enough of
So I'm here with Rob Wheeler, CEO and Chief Executive Officer and Executive Director and fabulous person with the center. Congratulations.
Thank you, Nicholas. Hi, everybody. Great to be here. Exciting, right?
Yes, it's so wonderful. You know, I broadcast the original ribbon cutting live, and I'm honored to do it again. The Friday night center stage gala was off the hook. And I know the community is really this vibrant community that the center is building is really happy to be here today.
Yeah, we are so happy to have you and everyone here. I mean, it's a beautiful day in Palm Springs, and I mean the building is looking fabulous, and yeah, it's just a long time coming.
So you were brought here after a nationwide search, but you were your first experience of a center was as a very young man going into the LGBT Center of New York, and then decades later you were running the place and you came here.
I know, it's a really incredible journey, right? Like an unplanned life that just turned out to be absolutely incredible, and it really is it was through the leadership and the mentorship of so many queer folks that like helped me along my way, and so to be here and to sort of give that back in this community is a really amazing opportunity.
Well, I know you're busy. I'm not keeping you. I look forward to broadcasting the event, and congratulations.
Thank you, Nicholas. Great to see you. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. That was unplanned for me to actually snag Rob, which is actually the first and best. He's the first and best person that I could have launched with, and I'm going to give you a sense. A lot of people are hiding out in the shade. There are many, many, many people here, And the reason that my phone is functioning is because Raphael is keeping the shade off of the phone so the phone doesn't overheat. And if I should lose broadcast, that's what's happened. The phone will have overheated. We don't want that to happen. Oh, there's a huge crowd in the back, and they're all going to be invited here in just a moment. Mary Sue, step right up. So this is perfect. I found someone else to interview who's really connected. She is the co-chair of the board of directors of the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert. Mary Sue Allen, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I know you were there at Center Stage on Friday. What an amazing event. People were so excited to get together, and you could just, the love in that room was just palpable. It was so fantastic. And, you know, the center, it's just growing and thriving and reaching out, and there's just, I'm so excited about the future. And now here we're at the dedication of the new building, which is kind of the heart and soul of our operation. The staff is here. They're the ones that make it all happen. Our new CEO, Rob Wheeler, amazing. So happy we found him. And with the help of our board and our community, there's no stopping us. I mean, it's amazing.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, how old were you when you came out? Where in the world did that happen? And what sort of obstacles did you face in that part of the world?
Such an amazing question, because it is kind of one of my life stories. I knew at a very early age that I was gay. I think I kissed my first girl when I was about 7 or 8 years old, and I was sold after that. I wanted to come out for a long time, but I ended up waiting until I was 16 to come out to my folks, and it didn't go that well.
Where were you living?
I was living in Northern California.
Okay.
But you remember I'm 62, so that was a while ago.
Right, exactly.
I think being homosexual was still considered a mental illness at that time. And I thought that everything was going to be okay because I was naive, and you know, my parents just really didn't have the capability to really understand it at that time. So it was rough for a couple of years. I was put under house arrest. I couldn't go anywhere except for work, church, and school. And when I turned 18, I basically had to leave home because I was, you know, I had to leave. And I moved to Southern California. And so, but, you know, much later, my parents and we reconciled. We came to, you know, to talk about it and understand. So I don't have my story doesn't end tragically, but when something like that happens to you when you're 16 years old, it still has a big effect on you. And so I think the fact that people still struggle with this, parents still struggle with this. So the center is a place where you can come and get that help. So
when did you first learn of the center?
Actually, I retired after working at UPS for 35 years, and I moved to the desert. And right when I got here, Mike Thompson, who is a friend of mine, called me up and said, you know, I need to have coffee with you. And if you know Mike, you know, coffee with Mike was never just about the coffee. It was always about something that he needed or wanted. And he asked me to be on the board, and I knew that after retiring, I wanted to be involved in my community more than I was able to be when I was working. So I joined the board then, and I've worked my way up to different positions. I was the treasurer at one point in time. I was vice chair when Brian was chair. Brian Ricks was chair, and now I'm co-chairing with Ted Riggs.
And you were interim executive director between Mike's retirement and Rob's hire.
Yes, and that was an amazing opportunity. I'm just so thrilled that I had the chance to do that. It was hard. I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic. I feel so close to this building that we're dedicating because Mike was kind of the driver of a lot of that, and so we had to kind of pick it up and say, okay, let's get this building done. And so I feel really close to this building, and the staff, amazing.
So for people that don't know about the center, for people that have never heard of this organization, what's the elevator pitch about what the center is?
So the center is designed to help LGBTQ people along their way. And I love that kind of motto that we have, because when you're a teenager, you're one place. When you're middle-aged, you're another place. When you're retired, you're another place. When you're at the end of your life, you're another place. And eventually, we want all the programming at the center to be able to hit all of those meaningful points along your life arc, if you will. And so that's kind of the elevator pitch. It's funny because Ted said it in our talk at Center Stage. It's like we have so many people that donate to the center that have never stepped in through the door here because they haven't really needed anything, but they're so thoughtful and forward-thinking enough to know that this is a place, because one day everybody's going to need something that the center offers as an LGBTQ person.
Well, I won't keep you, but thank you for talking to me, and thank you for all your hard work.
It was so great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to see if we have any comments. And we do. Michael says, thank you for reporting from the center. Could not attend. Congratulations to the... oh, good. I was distracted by another really important comment. But anyway, Michael says, thank you for reporting from the center. Could not attend. Congratulations to the community. Rock in Fargo says, live snow falling and that you hear us loud and clear. So thank you for that. And as you just saw, that if you make a comment while you're watching the show, I can perhaps curate it into the show. Because we're not starting, I know we're going to start any time now. So this would be a great time for you to actually comment, ask questions. I'll interact with you while we're waiting for the official kickoff. But I'm also going to put a message down at the bottom of the screen to allow you to learn how to support the PromoHomo.TV broadcast if you are so inspired. So let me just do a pan of this crowd. Brad, come here. Welcome, I'm putting you on the spot.
All right, you may do that. Are we live?
Yes,
Well,
we are live. So at the beginning of my show, I talk about my media partnership with KESQ-TV Palm Springs, the hashtag I Love Gay Palm Springs campaign, the I Love Gay Palm Springs podcast, and last but not least, gay-guide.lgbt. And this man, Brad Furr, and I have collaborated in many ways for decades, and we still do so today, really spotlighting the beacon that is Palm Springs for the world.
It's amazing how many things we have positive going on in Palm Springs as the world comes back. And this center couldn't be more of a tribute to not only the people in our community, but those who are coming into our community. You know, there's many people. I think McDonald-Wright also funded the center in LA, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes.
So they did good there first, and they transferred that out here. We're finding so many more people coming out to Palm Springs to live or live and work. It's just an amazing place, and we're happy that it's coming back.
Yes, you know, neither one of us are lost on the fact that there are many places in the world where there are really horrible things that the LGBTQ people who identify as that are facing.
Yeah.
And that Palm Springs is in fact a mecca. And what's going on here that we often will take for granted is jaw-dropping for people that are elsewhere. And I think one of the most astounding things that people would be amazed to know is that we have a radio station called K-Gay in our town that people can listen to all over the world. How do people ask their smart speaker to play K-Gay?
The best thing, Siri can be a little temperamental, as can Alexa. It depends on the day. And if Mercury's in retrograde. But if it's not, typically you'll just say, Alexa or Siri, play K-Gay 106.5 Palm Springs. And that's what makes it happen. The magic of Palm Springs and K-Gay, and they typically will find us.
Well, I'm glad I found you, and I guess we get to start. Thank you. Here's the official program.
Please make your way to the stage. That means you, Christy Holstadge.
Okay, so they just announced Christy Holstadge, and we're going to be getting underway. This big crowd that I was talking about is making their way out here, and just keep in mind that I can feature your comments throughout what's happening. And so far, so good. The phone is feeling warm, so if I lose you, it's because the phone overheated, and I don't know what to do about that. But that's what will have happened. So remember, you can go to thecentercv.org. I think I have a way to put that on the screen, so I don't have... okay, yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to set up another camera. All right, here, just 1 second.
I know it's a little hot out here today, so we're going to try to get going. If you can kind of move over a little bit if you want, fill in, that'd be fabulous. And then we'll just hurry up, get it over with so you can do what you came to do, which is look at this building.
I can't use that.
Did Chris? Yep, Christy.
You don't have a login link on your phone.
You have to have a link on your phone.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Wow, what a turnout. Welcome, community, friends, and neighbors, to the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert's grand ribbon cutting ceremony. Let me get closer. There we go. Now you can hear me. We are ecstatic to welcome you to the center's newly renovated home here at the McDonald-Wright building today. My name is Peter Daut. I'm a news anchor here in Palm Springs at KESQ News Channel 3, the Desert's news leader. So glad to be here today. This moment obviously has been a long time coming, and I know each of us is incredibly grateful for the vision, labor, and support of so many people who made today possible. For over 20 years, the center has provided the LGBT Community Center of the Coachella Valley with the support, resources, and connections that help all of us be lifted up and thrive. Today, we begin a new era where our community, no matter who you are, where you came from, or what you may be facing, has a place to call home. And what a home. I took a tour recently. This is spectacular. And I recommend all of you should take the tour. This renovation has created the bright, open, and welcoming space that our community so deserves. Whether you're new to the Valley or you've lived here for decades, the center is for all of us. So please, in many ways, realize that today marks a dream fulfilled. So to talk a little bit about where this dream started and what it took to get here, please welcome to the center's Board of Directors co-chairs, Ted Briggs and Mary Sue Allen.
Here we are again.
Here we go again. Wait.
All right, you're going to go first.
I'm going to go first, she says. I always do what she tells me to. Thank you, Peter. We are so fortunate to have Peter here to help us kick off this event. And I don't know if any of you caught the coverage of Friday night's center stage event on the news, but we are so grateful for the kind of coverage that the center's getting that we wanted to thank Peter personally for being here. And where's Dave? Where's Dave? Dave, wave your hand. Dave, where are you? That's a different Dave. Okay. Just because you want to be his husband doesn't mean you get to be his husband. Otherwise, it'd be a really long line. So, hey, wanted to thank everybody for all of the support that we got on Friday night. And thank you all for being here today in support of the center. I think we learned that there was kind of pent-up supply of wanting to be out and celebrate and to give to a good cause. And it was just a record-breaking rocking evening overall. So we thank you all for being there, for supporting us, and for being here today to support the opening overall. I want to just kind of reiterate that it was a powerful evening. Where's Lisa? There she is, Lisa Middleton. If you want to know what a powerful speech is, not just a girl powerful speech is, she just knocked it out of the park, right? She talked about how important, yes, do it again, hurry up. She talked about how important this time is for our community overall, that yes, we're winning, but we need to keep fighting so that we don't actually make any backroads or back steps into the world of the past. And we as a center want to make sure that we're opening up our arms, opening up our programs, and opening up our communication to make sure that we're embracing the full diversity of the LGBTQ community overall and do everything we can to make that acceptance and that freedom and that love be spread across the valley and in fact across the United States, if not even further. So thank you, Lisa, for the inspiring words overall. And I'm going to pass this over to Mary Sue.
Okay, Ted was going to do a moment of silence for the Dodgers, but he changed his mind, obviously. Oh, is that too soon? I'm sorry. So why are we here today? We're here today to dedicate this beautiful building behind us, and we really can't talk about this building without mentioning a few people. Number one, Robert Rotman, our architect and project manager. Robert, thank you so much. Doug Wall Construction. I don't know if Doug Wall is here, but they're the folks that worked on this building, and their project manager, Todd Clark. We were hip to haunch with those folks for 2 years getting this building done, and it turned out fabulous. And you really can't talk about this building if you don't talk about the heart of the building. And the heart of the building are our staff. That's all spread around here. Wave staff. Thank you so much, staff. You hung in there and worked through a global pandemic, and we got it done. And the staff is amazing. Thank you so much, staff. I also want to recognize some other people that work very tirelessly on behalf of the center, and that is our board of directors. So if you are on our board, and I see some of you out here, raise your hand. Okay, raise your hand. Thank you so much to the board of directors. Not everyone is here, but we have an amazing board, and we want to thank them. And then on a personal note, I have to thank my board co-chair. Talk about a man that works tirelessly on behalf of the center, this guy right here. So Ted.
I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
I think Rob's coming up next. Rob Wheeler, you coming up next?
Our new CEO and executive director, Mr. Rob Wheeler, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Okay, I see you standing in the sun, so I'm going to keep this pretty quick and do a couple of introductions. But I also have a list of folks that I want to recognize. It's not terribly long, but really important, because without these folks and their support, we would not be here today in front of this gorgeous building that we're all about to start walking through in a few minutes. So I want to recognize, as we said earlier, John McDonald and Rob Wright. Like, a big round of applause. This building is an amazing gift to our community. Harold Matzner, David Meisner, Art Carrillo, thank you. Very significant donations and support. Fred Ross, Gary Hyatt, Roberta Conroy, Deborah Colvin. I think a lot of these folks are around here. If I've said your name, like, raise your hand, yeah. Awesome. Mark Loeffler, Larry DeSilva, Barry McCabe, and I'm going to say this wrong. Own Foundation? Okay, sorry. Phil Cunningham, Donald Beck, Jody Silver, and Carol Davidson, or Jody and Carol. Donald's here. There you are. Thank you, Donald. Ronnie Sandlow and Kelly Watson. Ronnie serves on our board. The women of the board collected together and made a significant donation for our staff, some of the staff areas in the space, so thank you to the women of the board. Michael Wilson, Steve Tasutsa, and Hugh Glenn. So thank you all. So it is my pleasure and honor, really, to introduce two of our city council, or one of our city council member representatives and the mayor of Palm Springs, Christy Holstege and Dennis Woods.
Good afternoon, Palm Springs. So great to be here with you today. I'm Mayor Christy Holstadge. I'm joined by Councilmember Dennis Woods. We're so grateful to be here with all of you to celebrate this momentous occasion in the history of Palm Springs, especially for the center. So grateful to celebrate 20 years of the center being here in our community and serving our community where they're at. So thank you to each and every one of you. I was shocked to learn when I was the first openly bi mayor in the entire country. And that's not, it's amazing, and it's because of our community, right? The work that's been done over the last 20 years to grow presence and to grow our community and authenticity and the love that's in our community. So I just wanted to say that because it's incredible what the center's built, and a building like this shows that the center is on the map, that they're here to stay, that we're going to continue to do this work. So I want to celebrate the opening of the expanded new Scott Hines Behavioral Health Clinic. As many people know, Scott Hines was an important part of our Palm Springs community who did so much to help LGBTQ folks in Palm Springs and throughout the entire Coachella Valley struggling with mental health and identity. And this is a wonderful tribute. The increased needs of the LGBTQ community has prompted this expansion to service mental health and wellness, made even more timely by the impact of COVID-19 on our individual selves and our community. I know we were just talking inside about how difficult this time has been, especially for the LGBTQ community. I've held a mayor's task force around COVID. Mary Sue has participated for a year with us. We're really talking about the isolation and the PTSD, frankly, in our community from pandemics. So I'm so proud that this is here now and expanded and providing expanded services for the entire community. You can see the clinic has moved from one corner of the third floor, where there was just 4 individual therapy rooms, to occupying nearly the entire second floor, now with 9 individual therapy rooms, a family therapy room, and 2 large group spaces. And we just know how important it is to have space to come together just like this, just with our neighbors and friends, with our doctors, to celebrate our authentic selves, to deal with the discrimination that we face as LGBTQ people, and to build community for the future. And I'm so excited to see where we'll be in the next 20 years. So next, I'll have Councilmember Woods come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm the quiet one on City Council, just to let you all know. This fantastic new space will house the continuation of the clinical training program for the next generation of clinicians and therapists that are culturally responsive to the LGBTQ community and identity and culture. And perhaps most importantly, access to those services at the clinic to be offered at a low-cost sliding scale. The LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert is celebrating 20 years as a much-needed organization in Palm Springs, and over the past decade, they have accomplished incredible work providing, I gotta change here, an ever-evolving mental health and wellness program that are desperately, desperately needed in our valley. On behalf of the citizens of Palm Springs and my entire City Council and the colleagues, we thank you for the extraordinary work the center has done, and we wish everybody in the center the greatest of success. Thank you.
Thank you. And next we have the distinct honor of introducing our colleague and friend, Mayor Pro Tem Lisa Middleton. As many people know, I'm not going to give you the mic yet. I'm going to talk about you. Lisa has been such a trailblazer in our community, but also just dedicated to doing the hard work that it takes to grow an organization like this. So thank you to Lisa for her years and years of service on the center's board. Congratulations on receiving the Legacy Award. I'm so proud to call you a friend. I'm so proud to support you, and thank you for everything you do for our entire community and the state and the nation. Really proud to have Lisa here representing Palm Springs.
Mayor, thank you. And thank you to everyone who's here today. For those of us who've been a part of the center going back for a number of years and remember those times in the Sun Center, to be here today in this facility is just absolutely a dream come true. It is a dream that is only possible because of the community that we have here at Palm Springs. That's an applause line, folks. Thanks so much. I would be remiss if I did not add my thanks to John McDonald and Rob Wright for there are so many people who made this possible. But as we all know, somebody has to step forward right at the very beginning and offer the kind of commitment to make it possible for us to recruit all of the others. And that was John and Rob. And they did so because of the enthusiasm that they had for the center, but also because of someone we need to constantly remember, and that's the legacy of Randy Lowe and what he did. This facility was Randy's dream. It's so nice that his portrait is on a plaque right at the entrance to our facility, and none of us who walk through that door can do so without thanking and remembering Randy and remembering all that has been given by so many people in this community. We love you, and this city council, and I see Council Member Garner is back there as well. It is such an honor to be in this city and to be a part of this city council. Thank you.
All right, thank you all so much for being here. It is an honor for me to take part. And at this time, we would like to invite our board and staff to make their way to the second floor for the ribbon cutting. And of course, stick around. You can take tours after the ceremony. So please have fun, everybody. Thank you.
Would you please grab that? So we're actually moving. I'm walking upstairs right now. Oh, I see. I got it. So the ribbon cutting.
Elected officials, please join us on the second floor. And City Council.
Raphael.
And please stick around, folks. The celebration festivities will continue.
Mr. Celebrity.
Yes, you can do whatever you want.
He's right here.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wait. You gotta feel. Wait. Gotta get to the end.
I'm trying to figure out what my camera angle is there.
How are we, David? We ready? We're ready. Let's go countdown. 3, 2, 1.
So if you'll bear with me, folks, I'm going to move up to the 3rd floor of this building
Please enjoy
and watch people come up.
tweets from our vendors today, Cafe La Jefa. Please encounter, make tweets, cafe, and then entertainment las tías. I'm going to go and find him. Let the celebration to the next graphic. And for folks that would like to tour, please see us at the red tent. We will coordinate
So the advantage of broadcasting with a phone is that I can just run all over the place. And Rock says cheers. Thank you for that. And I'm going to show you what's happening here. I guess we're going to be doing another ribbon cutting from this location. I think. I actually am not sure what's going on. I'm going to continue to show you a little bit of the crowd. And I'm going to hang out here because I'm sure that there'll be people coming up that would be relevant interviews today. Anyone that's up here now has official duties. I probably should have stayed on the 2nd floor because that is where all the powerhouse people were already located. And they're not there. So I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to go downstairs into the crowd. And thank you for bearing with me. Might as well keep the stream going. And if you want to, Raphael, if you want to put those things away, you can. I'm good. So Raphael has been very kind to help me. Okay. May I grab you? I'm always stand right here. I'm always just putting the camera in your face.
Okay.
So we've had a successful live broadcast of everything that just happened.
Wonderful.
And because my audience didn't get to see it, you were honored Friday night at Center Stage with the Center's major annual award. And you got multiple unprompted standing ovations for who you are in the world. And I just wanted to thank you and acknowledge you again for that.
Thank you. Friday evening was an incredibly special evening. What I tried to do was simply talk about the LGBTQ community as a community and trace a little bit of our history. Clearly, we're under attack today. And those attacks hurt. But I think they are, in fact, a symbol of the fear that the right wing has of what we have achieved and what we are continuing to achieve. And as hard as the hits are for us to take, they're evidence of how strong we are.
One of the things you shared about in your keynote speech was who the most important person in your life is, and why the both of you chose the desert as home. And I thought that was really profound what you had to say, and I was wondering if you would say it again for us here.
Well, Cheryl and I moved here right at the end of 2010, beginning of 2011. We had been together for 10 years at that time, living in communities where we did not feel that we were welcome. We did not tend to know who our neighbors were, and as we went through the normal daily routine things that any couple does, from going to the market to going to the doctor, there wasn't a sense of community. And there was not a sense that folks like us would be given opportunity. So we very clearly made a decision, like thousands of people have in Palm Springs, that we were going to finish our lives in a community that was affirming and supportive. And our wishes and dreams have come true to a degree that we could not have imagined.
Well, I think that those are beautiful words, and I want to thank you again for everything that you do, and thank you for the work that you continue to do as you seek higher office once again, and I'm behind you 100%.
Nicholas, thank you so much for the work that you do.
Thank you.
For helping to make sure we are a community and a connected community.
Well, I benefit from that connection, just like everyone else. So thank you so much. Bye-bye. I think that that's a wonderful way to wrap up today's show. And I want to actually, let me just, before I put Max's, I want to, oops, just a second. Let me eliminate the, that, so I can show off this. So, Max Doll says hello here in Palm Springs with lots of rainbow hearts. And, it occurs to me that you weren't able to see the crowd here today. And I wanted you to know that the crowd here was extremely diverse, representing all of the LGBTQIA+ and allies of all creeds and colors and gender identities. So it's been quite a wonderful time here, and I appreciate you again for watching. And I look forward to, hi Deanne, and I look forward to bringing you more programming. Just a reminder to catch the PromoHomo.TV live broadcast of the Palm Springs Pride Parade Sunday, November 7th. And I really appreciate that you watched today. And until next time, I'm Nicholas Snow. And I really love you guys and girls, and however you may identify. Some of you don't use the title guy or girl.
And I just can't get enough of your energy. I just can't get enough. You're the light in the middle of the night, and I just can't get enough. Oh, 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 no, I can't get enough.
And you thought I was gone, but I found a new friend at the center. What's your name?
Kevin Smith.
And where are you from?
I'm originally from Los Angeles, but I'm a new resident of Palm Springs.
See, you can meet all kinds of new friends at the center. Another reason to go to thecentercv.org. See you next time.
Bye, everyone. That was awesome. Where can I find it?